Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is out of this world right now with his recent performances, and he is making Blue Jays history, he is making Major League history, and he might be on pace to have the greatest second half that has ever occurred in Major League Baseball. Let that sink in. He's putting up ridiculous numbers, and we know that. But his overall stats in this second half could be the best that we've ever seen. So we'll break that down and much more in this episode of 3 Up, 3 Down. What's up, everybody? Welcome into 3 Up, 3 Down. I'm your host, Peter Vryonis. Bear with some of the noise in my background. I don't know if you guys could hear it, but there's some construction going on in the area, so you're going to have to bear with that. But before we get into the video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well. I'm really excited to talk about Vladimir Guerrero Jr., one of my favorite players in the game today. He is so much fun to watch when he is rolling, and right now, he is currently in the best stretch that he has ever had in his entire career. And keep in mind, this is someone who finished second in MVP voting, only to Shohei Ohtani in 2021. So he's been absolutely electric coming out of the second half. And even though the Blue Jays are mired in mediocrity, Vladdy has been the storyline to look out for when we're looking at this team. So let's just get into it. I'm not going to waste any more time. Look at these stats right here. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has 11 home runs and 12 doubles in 25 games played since the All-Star break. He is the first player in MLB history to hit more than 10 home runs and more than 10 doubles through his first 25 games played after any All-Star game. Now, this sounds like a cherry-picked stat, but it's really not. And it's not just the fact that his hitting streak got up to 22 games, and it's not the batting average climbing to the 320 mark. It's about the extra base hits with Vladdy. And in this current stretch, you could see that he's just hitting so many extra base hits. 25 extra base hits and 450 batting average in a single season, 26 game span since 1901. The last person to do this was Richard Hidalgo in 2000. And you see some of the names right there, pretty legendary. Willie Mays, Joe DiMaggio, Lou Gehrig, and you're going to have to go back all the way to 1927 just to compile a list of 9 guys that have been able to do this over a 26-game stretch. It's truly unbelievable. And you look at his last 26 games, he's batting .465, .526 on base percentage, a .980 slug percentage, which would be one of the best OPSs in baseball. Keep that in mind. One of the best OPSs in baseball, let alone slugging percentages. He's been better in this current stretch than Aaron Judge has in the past 26 games. And I know that it's a little bit of a coping mechanism here that I'm using as a Blue Jay fan, but still, he is outperforming pretty much anyone in Major League Baseball right now, and he is going to get paid. Simple as that. And you can look at this. This is since the All-Star break. Vladdy's hitting .457, the .523 on base percentage, a .957 slug. We are watching the best stretch of his career by a significant margin. And the chart that you're looking at right there is his weighted runs created plus. It's actually breaking the scale. It's over 300 right now, which is truly insane. And you could see that in his best stretches, he has had a 250, and he's soared above that. So he's even 50% better than those marks right there, which is truly insane. And you look at his overall stats for the season, rivaling his 2021 numbers. He has a .950 OPS, a .166 OPS plus, which is the exact same mark that he had in 2021 when he was the runner-up to Shohei Ohtani in the MVP race. So it's truly ridiculous what this guy is doing right now. And he hit another home run last night, went 3 for 5 with a double, a single, and a home run. So he was a triple shy of the cycle. He had an opportunity to complete the cycle just a week ago against the Baltimore Orioles, where he was a single shy of the cycle. He just didn't get another at-bat. So it just shows you how much damage he's doing once he gets his pitches. And even when he's missing, when he's not having his greatest swings, he's still able to hit the ball for extra base hits. And this is not Vladdy just pulling the ball and selling out for power. This is him using all fields, and he's going to right field, he's going to left center, he's going to right center. He's doing all of his damage by spraying the ball all around the ballpark and out of the ballpark as well. So he's the best hitter in baseball right now. And I know Aaron Judge's numbers are fantastic, and he's going to win the MVP award, and he's the greatest hitter of this generation. But right now, Vladdy is performing better than anybody around Major League Baseball, and that's not overstating how great he's been so far. And you could even see right there, it's the extra base hits, 11 home runs, 12 doubles in 25 games played since the All-Star break. It's hard to wrap your head around figures like that. And this as well, he's in rare company. He's in elite company. This has not been done for over 2 decades. 25 extra base hits and 450 batting average in a 26-game span. It just doesn't happen. See Joe DiMaggio, who had a hitting streak of over 50 games. Lou Gehrig, who one of the greatest hitters ever. Willie Mays as well, one of the greatest players to ever grace a baseball field, and Vladdy is in the same conversation with those guys, and that's what makes it so impressive, what he's doing, the damage, and you could see right there a considerable margin between his best stretch and his second best stretch of his career, which was in 2021 when he was the best hitter on planet Earth. And Shohei Ohtani just beat him out because he's a freak of nature and he's a unicorn and he can do things that no one else in the game can and no one else in the game has ever done. So if that's the Vladdy that Blue Jay fans are going to be accustomed to seeing in the next, let's say, 10 years, then I think they'll sign up for that. They'll gladly fork over the $300 million contract over the course of 10 years. I ultimately think that's where Vladdy is going to end up, especially if his numbers fall in line with what we're seeing right here on his Baseball Reference. A 950 OPS puts him at the top of a lot of leaderboards among Major League Baseball hitters, and 166 OPS plus is also one of the best, and a 4.5 WAR, considering how much his defense drags down that number and how much his base running drags down that number. It just so shows you how valuable his bat has been this season for a team that desperately needs offense and for a team that wants to compete in 2025. And you're not going to be able to compete if you don't retain this guy and keep him past next season. It's that simple for the Blue Jays. So either put up or shut up, because they got to pay him what he's due, and they got to pay him like he's one of the best players in baseball who's only 25 years old, and that's exactly what he is. So I expect him to get paid handsomely in the offseason. But that'll wrap it up for this episode of 3 Up, 3 Down. Let me know what you think of Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s heroics and the sweep against the Los Angeles Angels. Are the playoffs back on? I'm just kidding. Blue Jays are not making the playoffs, but it's nice to see Vladdy find his groove again and play like we know he can as Blue Jay fans. So that'll wrap it up. Again, thank you to Baseball Town for sponsoring this video and being a huge supporter of the channel. Would not be possible without them. Check out their 3 locations, 2 in Quebec, 1 in Ottawa, Ontario. Check them out today. And if you're not near there, we ship worldwide as well. It's your one-stop shop for everything that you need baseball related, whether it's bats, gloves, batting gloves, cleats. They got you covered. The best equipment at the most competitive prices. Check them out today. But that'll wrap it up, and I'll see you tomorrow. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well. Give me your thoughts on the Blue Jays superstar first baseman. See you tomorrow.